Content warning. I click every box. I sniff every cavern. I look in every crack, crevice, niche, alley, crate, barrel. You have to watch out. I'm gonna go hard for it at all times. One thing I'm gonna do next time I go to the camp is I'm gonna indulge my wishful thinking, and I'm gonna use the Mask of the Shapeshifter, aka Fane's lovely mask from DOS 2, to change my character into half-orc. Because I'm a little fixated right now on the Dragonborn being underwhelming. And I think half-orc gives you just like a better melee strike. Is that not true? Do you not get 2 dice, and then you crit triple? Those are double? I like the comic benefits of my character. He looks funny. He's chilling. I like him and Karlach being my 2 frontliners. Well, actually, Shadowheart's my frontliner too. I like them having dual flame resistance. Shadowheart's like actually my tankiest member. I also wonder whether I'm happy with the feats that I chose at level 8. I'm not sure whether Warcaster... Actually, I think Warcaster is very important because the concentrations are so important for Gale and Shadowheart. But do I feel happy with Savage Attacker for Karlach? Or would Athletics be more fun to give her like just giga jumping powers? Hard to say. Do I have the Shadow the thing on me? No, I don't. Yeah, we have no short rests. How are we doing for spell casting? Heal him. Did we do this before? Okay. We're at a short rests. I think we should probably... Okay, let's look at my spell casts. Yeah, it's time to do a short rest before... It's time to do a long rest before we go up there. There's nothing else here. I want to go talk to that kitty cat.
Time to press ahead.
And then we're done here. This is interesting. This is a funny game. Like, I'm doing a full comprehensive playthrough in order to learn as much as possible, and just like that's the way I like playing these games. But it's interesting how much I'm like already all in on a second run. Thinking more about that in some ways psychologically than I'm thinking about my current run. That's a little messed up. Okay, where's the kitty cat? Kitty, come here. Hey baby, who are you? Come on. There she is. Another thing I could fuck with is if I wanted, is to try out the wild magic. Sorry, the wild heart barbarian. Curious about that. Actually, good music for once. This game is great music. It really does the effective move of making it. Elixir of the Colossus. You should have these. Oops. What happened here? Should be. Viciousness. What's this? Okay, it's a bit underwhelming. Okay, where's my that is something else I can play with, is using what's it called? The Wild Heart Barbarian for a while. Fun. Potion of Animal Speaking. Alright, kitty, what do you got? This is kind of a shame because I'm just about to do a long rest. That's kind of stupid.
The stalking grounds of Steel Claw. Furless one.
Furless one? Look, you're one to talk.
Fortunately for you, the slithering vermin I hunt has my attention. For now.
Murder every single one you find.
Intend to.
Good girl.
I braved lapping waters and leaking ships to find this prey. I butchered many, and will butcher many more.
Oh, this is an intense cat.
This one I toy with. I slice, I tear, and when the time is right, I will bite its head off and bathe in its innards.
This is a very intense cat. You're a little bit intense.
You simply do not understand the hunt. True joy is the feel of screaming.
Is this how my cat feels?
Your fangs. Now I must return to my prey. It has been too long since it felt the bite of fear.
Yeah, go eat some more tadpoles. You're doing great. Karlach likes that. I like that too. Okay, where's this go? This goes to the front? It loops all the way around. Okay, cool. Well, that was worth a potion. Talk to that extremely intense cat. Where's the front gate? Caustic slime. This is the way out. Okay, right here. Wait a minute, does this mean no long rest because the map's tinged red? Does I have to leave? What if I go outside? Do you not want me to sleep? This is weird though, right? I'm gonna be kind of fucked if I don't sleep. I'm worried that I'm gonna like have some sort of like chronographical issues. This is all this key gives me? Is this one door? Okay, so let's just review. We are very much not ready.
Not as bad as it could have.
I'm gonna do something fun here. Let's check out the lantern. Alright, let's see how she does. Let's see what this girl's up to.
Finally! Been trapped in that coffin with no
Oh, she's earthy.
and my own farts for company.
This is like the Julia Roberts in Hook.
What do I owe you?
Nothing. My help doesn't come with strings attached.
Butter wouldn't melt. Well, look. I won't have you tracking me down in the Fae looking for tuppence. Let's finish this fair and square. Here. Give this bell a shake. Speak the magic words and you'll get what you've earned. Protection from the shadow curse. What more could a dingus want?
What's a dingus?
You're welcome.
She's a tough cookie, isn't she? Anyway, so that's my lantern gone. Okay, good. Where's that bell? Who got the bell?
Been blessed already, haven't you? Move on with your life.
Is the same person? I mean, this is kind of a pickle. We can't go back and save, which is weird. They can't really expect you to do all this one-on-one. This is a big building. To do on one without napping.
Another step forward.
It's all up to you now. Ketherick awaits.
Okay. Alright, see what happens. I've dawdled enough here. So what kind of tower we got here? I have no more spell refill slots. Okay, how many? What are we fighting here? Raja, Mistress of Souls. So she's no ducky. I'll give her that. Okay, we all in combat here? Yeah.
Where do I go from here?
Can I get through them? I think with Shadow Heart, with Shadow Step I can. Stop it. Auto-rooting pathing stuff is very weak in this game. I'll say it a million times. Okay, I got 9 key strikes. Oh my god. I need that. I'm on my last. What's going on here?
Gods, it's hot in here.
Oh, you're so stupid. You gotta waste your thing on that just because people can't get past each other. I'd rather hit 2 for 3/4. There you go. Hit me. See what happens. Hit me. See what happens. Does more damage to you than me. I'm a genius. Alright, okay. Let's just relax here. So we got 2 spells left. Ray of Frost. Let's miss that. That's good. Alright. Clean him up, Shadowheart. I would love her to have some more movement, generally speaking. Okay. Not worried about you. Now he gets back to missing everything. As is his wont. You useless motherfucker. Whereas she never misses ever. Smile. Yeah. You're not getting through the door, so I'm not too worried about you. Ooh. He's at 2. That's not good. Okay. Let's hit that. Let's get around the corner here, shall we?
Let me see your wounds.
There you go, bud. And heal myself in the meantime.
I'll strike you down.
Can he do the damage himself? Looks like yes. Quick strike. Alright. Alright, Mistress, what do you got? Another one of these Scourges, which I'm going to, I suppose, bring back. Alright, these guys have goodies on them typically.
How far can I go?
Much further. Another very big floor. Oh boy. Time for some lore. There's gonna be books here. I love a book. I used to take the Inkpot and Quill. That's those days are behind me. Lavish chair. Okay, I can't read the books. That's bullshit. Rotten eggs. Row of books. Here we are. Yeah. The leadership of the Zentarum. An excerpt from the ongoing metatext rebound by Josefa Elgin, a scholar excommunicated from the Church of Denir for her heretical attempts to reconstruct the metatext, her god's annal of lost and hidden knowledge. Despite their protestations to the contrary, it takes no keen eye to see echoes of Banite philosophy in modern Zentarum practice, a strict militaristic hierarchy where all power flows from the top. Who occupies that position today is the matter of some speculation, for the Black Network's leadership was thought destroyed along with their headquarters at Zentil Keep in 1383. In the following decades, however, a new base of power began to consolidate at the fortress of Darkhold, far to the south. At its center stands the Paragost, an enigmatic armored figure to whom the Zentarum rebirth is almost single-handedly attributed. Whoever their leader, it is clear that this new Zentarum have not abandoned plans for domination as much as recalculated their approach. Where once their focus was on the subversion and conquest of nations, the network of today is much more concerned with establishing the stranglehold market, a power which crosses borders that are more close to more conventional forces. I think I've read that before. I would love a have read. marker. They don't have to do it. Scroll of hypnotic pattern. What's this? Hypnotize creatures that can see the pattern. They cannot attack you. They cannot move or act. That looks sick. The Risen Road. I'm sure I've read this one. Yeah, that's some Act 1 shit. Absolute outfit. I've already got one of those. No word from Balthazar. Yeah, I wonder why. Do not sit in the chair. Read this. Balthazar sent neither word nor notice. Wherever he's gone is a mystery. No need someone to investigate his chambers, but know that he's rigging the high elves, perhaps hobgoblins. Yeah, we've already read that. Okay. Why is there copies of the memorandum? You know? Gortash, the tone of your reason letter is inappropriate. You may follow the Lord of Tyranny, but I do not answer to him or you. It isn't the fault of any of the chosen that the artifact has gone astray. Unforeseen events occurred, as they always do. I acknowledge your planning, mastery, and brilliance of mind, but you lack the depth of experience that brings patience and composure. The artifact will be found. Our enemies will be thwarted. We will prevail. Now show us that you're reliable as well as brilliant. Who is Gortash? Sounds vaguely familiar. More books over here. I'm very, very intrigued by that. Beheading the Bitter. I'm very, very intrigued by that scroll. It's like it's like an AoE control while also being untargeted CC. The Grimforge reason is an important choke point as it controls access to Moonrise Towers via the Underdark, but Grimforge is occupied by the Duergar Bitterroot clan. Though not numerous, these Duergar are a band of tough combatants and could prove inconvenient obstacles should we need to move military assets quickly through the region. These Duergar must be neutralized. Accordingly, let a team of Orin's crack doppelganger assassins be assigned the task of killing King Gordon, the monarch of the Bitterroot clan. After the assassination, the team is to gather Gordon's head and especially his crown before ensuring that both are hurled into the fathomless deeps. The Bitterroots, unable to crown a new king, will fracture into quarreling subclans, the leader of which can be one by one be tadpoled. Disciple Zero on the behalf of General Ketheric. This guy is a bastard. Okay, so let's switch on to Gale here. Let's look at this. Can I lean this? Lean this 150? Nice. I'm very interested in this one. Wall of Fire, love. Ice Storm, love. Lightning Bolt, flame, enlarge, reduce. Fireball, counterspell. Misty Step, enlarge, reduce. Gust of Wind, blink. Thunderwave, magic missile. I really like the spells I have currently. This is what, a level 3? Lightning Bolt's probably the weakest. I'm not even using Shatter anymore. I haven't really used Blink at all, to be honest. Counterspell's nice to have. This is fun. Gust of Wind I never use. That means I have very, very few level 2 spells. I have Misty Step. Alright, let's try that. Well, it doesn't matter here anyway. Okay. So we checked out most of this. Suspicious sounds. I don't like that.
Of course. Light on my feet.
Okay. Who's Mig? And why is she dead? Argument Solver. Huge Great Club. And a camp. What's this? Roughly cut ham. Skull. Whole chicken. Rope. Pork shoulder. God, the ogres always have the best food, you know? So, we're jumping. Where's suspicious sounds? Zealot Fala. Moonrise Guard's key, got plenty of those. Void Bulb, we'll take that. The rest is shit. So the weird sounds are coming from over here. Interesting. I don't think I noticed this before. That's interesting. I didn't notice that at all. So you get up to here, and then I guess you jump to here, then you go up here, and then you go to there. Cool. Really noted. What's all that? Mug of beer on the table. Okay. Okay.
That's a friendly looking shadow.
Let's be very careful here.
This Gith slate looks like the other. Another story about the Githyanki prince.
Nothing here. Purple fluorite shard. This guy probably died in this entrance here. So we must walk very carefully here. Okay, let's find some keys, etc. Goblins, the Maglubiet Gambit. Have I read that before? This is so horrible with all like the... This is like a... Urn? This is like the invasion of the body snatchers. It's like eventually over time we'll control them all. We just have to reach them. Do I get to look in this telescope?
I spy my little eye. Yeah. Nothing of note, really.
I don't buy that at all, sir. I think there's lots of stuff here.
What's that?
Okay, what happened here? There? What is it? Protruding book. Hope it doesn't murder me. Okay.
Don't waste a step.
Okay. Love me some alchemical ingredients. Big pot.
Whatever it is, save it for now.
Did I just try to talk to her and she wouldn't have it? I respect that. This is a thing of... Okay, where's his personal notes 1? Art, Jesus. Yeah, I'm good. We can hold on to that. Attention, acolytes. A reminder, acolytes are permitted entry to my chambers for the sole purpose of collecting moon lanterns. My library is not to be tampered with. While the Absolute appreciates your eagerness to learn, my bookshelves do not. Any request to borrow from them must be given to me in advance and are likely to be refused. Should you desire information on poisons, do not think to read any tome on the subject here. They are inclined to grant more knowledge than the written word could provide. Remember, the Absolute's purpose is better served by a beating heart than a poisoned mind. Though if you choose death, I will ensure it will ensure you serve her still. Let's look at this clasped book. This is a log on the work of one of Balthazar's necromancer, Cressa Bone Daughter, dated 10 days ago. After the state the fallen one was in, I never expected Cressa would be able to save it. I was hoping the usurped thing would die. That's what it would have wanted. It's not as if Cressa is studying it. It's not as if Cressa studying it is going to prove much. It was damaged in the attack far beyond what a mere tadpole could do. But she seems fond of the foul creature. Let her play with it. Another entry seems to be written in this log, dated 10 days earlier. Later, I should not have in hindsight let Cressa keep her pet. Ever since it was shipped into one of the nautiloids to be deployed, she has been inconsolable. It won't survive out there. It needs me. It isn't like the others. The feral thing will make a fine warrior for the Absolute. Now my best assistant is tracking thing about it. Pa. She'll come to heal again soon enough. I wonder who that is. Is it me? Oh, this is our personal notes too. Note, install a drain beneath the library's conventional medicine shelf. It is wasteful to let all that blood seep through the flagstones and will rust the spikes besides. A line slashes through the above the same hand and freshening below. Disregard. The smell gives me sweet dreams. You fucking weirdo. Alright. So, read the personal notes again. Any works by Morden Kanan must catch up on current events. No Volo, better a century of ignorance. Him, Vellum, holds ink like no other, could harvest from an acolyte. New copy of Swift and Sudden Death for Library, current volume, badly scorched. Okay. So let's click on the protruding books. Do we draw poison? We're good. Oh. Ancient altar. Is there a vent in the ground? Scroll of Blight, Scroll of Crown of Madness. Crown of Madness, I feel like, is like a Darkest Dungeon 2 reference. Swift and Sudden Death. This book's scorched, is it? A scorched book is pages singed and tattered. Those contents have been rendered illegible by some unknown phenomenon. It is still possible to make it the dedication. To those who doubted me, may the storm claim your final breaths and the earth reject your rest. Alright, simmer down. Protruding book. Zombies, eh? Zombies, eh? Where's the other zombie? Oh, right here. Hey, buddy. Have a halberd. What do you think of that? God, she's ridiculous right now. Smack. Get no. So one more. Okay, these are kind of rude. For the ancient altar, I think I'll put a heart on that. See what happens. Picked up one heart. Yes. Yes, please. I'd like to pick up one heart, please. Okay, it's better. It's a little intense, but okay. Alright. Nothing's better in this game than finding secrets.
Experimenting on the tadpoles. But they were already imbued with Netherese magic. So where did that magic come from?
Great question, pal. Alright, where are the keys here, bud? I'm trying to figure it out. I've redirected some materials from beneath the tower. I plan to simply raise what forces I need inside the mausoleum itself, but the general prefers that no more of his family crypts be disturbed. More of his family crypts be disturbed. Even so, I may have no choice. The temple will not surrender the Night Song easily, and the general's invulnerability depends on it. I'm sure he will forgive a little transgression if it frees the army to move on Baldur's Gate at last. Okay. Broken moon lanterns, dead pixies. This seems to be the whole pattern here.
Into the bench's rotted surface are strange, half-faded sigils. A magic circle of some kind, thick with darkness and decay.
A ritual circle. And a complex one at that.
We're all just like blood-soaked.
Such a construction before in the writings of the Weave Pasha Raven, though his vision was not so tainted.
What is his purpose?
The sigils are written in a curious mix of tongues. Ancient Kalashite, Netherese, something else I can't quite make out. If I'm reading it correctly, it was used in the creation of moon lanterns. It's been mostly drained, but even now contains a powerful dose of shadow weave. The discarded pixie corpses might still contain enough essence. With one of the broken lantern casements. Yes. I think I'll be able to craft one more lantern, and with a slight modification of the casting gesture,
alright, Gale.
be able to wield the shadows
I'll buy in.
repelling them.
My teammates are gonna like that.
Mistress' eyes may be upon me. It should forbid me dabbling with such magic.
Hello?
Destroyed. Wasted, arguably.
Wasted, arguably. So, Gale, what are you gonna do?
Rightly so. The last thing we need is someone of your potential becoming enthralled with Shah's magic.
She looks sick with that outfit. It's your choice, Gale. Whatever you want to do.
Very well.
He's gonna do it.
If you please.
How's it going, pal? How's your day?
The sigils fade, the circle's tainted magic dissolving harmlessly into the ether.
Not bad for a wizard who slept through his Kalashite lessons, eh?
That's crazy. He just ruined it? Okay, that's fair. Goblet with dead tadpoles. That's a very intense series of words here. I like he's got the windows boarded up. He's like, keep the light away. Keep the light away. So the problem here is that I don't have any lock. I don't have any keys to remove this lockpick. So I have to just lockpick these, which is boring. Yeah, I don't know. If you gotta do it, you gotta do it, I guess. That sounds miserable. A lot of people talk about if they do leg day too early into the day, they just feel like a zombie the entire time. I definitely feel like I have less energy after doing leg day. For sure. Cold Brim Hat. Once per turn, any condition inflicted on a target also applies 2 turns of encrusted with frost. Okay. Elixir of Necrotic Resistance. Gain resistance to necrotic damage. That's also his, I think. We should start looking into the fact of whether we can get a full cold set going for him to kind of change up his style. Yeah, you need at least something. You need at least some sort of a little more fuel than that. I remember when I was like just starting to go to the gym really heavy for like, no, I did in high school, but like I took a couple years off in college, and then like 3rd year college I was like getting back into it with a friend of mine because he was working as a personal trainer, so he wanted to do this program to like put on a lot of muscle to like get him ready to be a trainer so it would look better. And I really noticed that even like 2 meals into the day versus 1 meal into the day, I had a lot better stamina. You just feel like you can push it a couple more reps, I think. Close. Try again. I have an English degree. I also took film courses and philosophy. I wish I took more philosophy courses, actually. I think if you're doing like a liberal arts degree, taking philosophy and those kind of like classic education things are the best things. When you poison a foe, heal yourself for 1d4 points. I'm not sure who that cloak should work for. Not many of my guys poison people right now. Really noted. Okay, I want to look to see what kind of... I started all over. I didn't know whether I was going to do like a med school degree or what it was, but mostly it was like arts courses by the end of it. Took poli-sci, hated it. Psychology, not a fan either. So mostly I did... Okay, got a nice cold hat. What does this do? Affected entity is disadvantaged on dexterity saving throws. When there are 7 or more turns remaining, the entity must succeed a constitution saving throw or take 1 to 4 cold damage to become frozen. On a successful save, it only takes half damage. Afterwards, the frost sloughs away. Interesting. That's cool. Okay, what other ice stuff do I have here? I do a full set. Not that. Advise Black Tentacles. Protection from Evil Good. Dark Journal. Card. So I'm going to look at it a little more carefully when I get back to the base. But he used to have a number of He used to have a number of staves. Did I send them back? Staff of Crones. Staff of Arcane Blessing. Morning Frost. Okay, so what cold spells do I have? I have Ice Storm. Not many. Just Ice Storm, Ice Knife. I guess they're all higher level. Let me see if I have the scrolls. Yeah, pretty much. Like grades 1 to either grades 1 to 6 or grades 1 to 8 are in the same school, and then high school is 9 to 12. And then you go to school after that. A bachelor degree usually takes 4 years. A master takes like 1.5 or 2 years, depending on whether you have a thesis or how it's going to work. And then each degree after that is like an additional 1 or 2 years, pretty much. some places have junior high, which is just 7 and 8, to kind of keep them in a different school from like the people who are 12 and under, or 11 and under, sorry. So typically, yeah, typically a school will be at least 1 to 6, so from age 6 to 11 in the same school. And then maybe 7 and 8 in a different school, maybe 7 and 8 in the same school. And then high school is 9 to 12. And then your last year of school is usually kind of like a university prep year to some degree. You have less courses, longer term projects. You're trying to focus on that stuff. Okay, do I have any other cold spells here? Sleet Storm. One cold. This one I still can't learn. Batter. Wish I could organize stuff. The fact that the game doesn't have like an organize button is really weird. There's not a whole lot of ice spells. I suppose it's kind of like the way ice spells are in World of Warcraft, in that you have few of them. They're very effective. Ray of Frost. Ray of Frost is a cantrip. Weapon. Action of energy. Melts Magic Arrow. Dark Vision. Fly again. Grift Form. Warding. Check Thoughts. False Life. Scroll. Scroll. Featherfall. Let's see. Bone Chill. Burning Hand. Chromatic Orb. Color Spray. Firebolt. Scroll Blur. Scroll. So yeah, not a whole lot. Until you get ice. Until you have level 4 spells, level 5 spells, it seems like it's very, very hard to have like a full ice outfit. So let's look at this. At the start of combat, the wearer gains momentum for 3 turns. So he has extra movement speed at the beginning of combat. Versus this, once per turn, any condition inflicted on a target also applies 2 turns of Encrusted with Frost. This seems fun. Let's take the hat up. There you go. That's my boy there. Yeah. That's surprising. That's a lot of years of being in the same place, but I guess it makes sense. Do we get everything from this chest? Changing schools is always like a borderline traumatic event to some degree. I remember I moved cities with my mom when she wanted to go to university. My mom and dad split up when I was 8, and so then my mom wanted to go back to school to kind of get her life together. I think her getting her life together, like once I was like 5 or 6, from what I understand, actually became sort of like the final straw for what happened with their marriage. Like once she started to like really be like, okay, I can't keep working this job. I gotta like go back to school and do all my stuff. I think my dad, generally speaking, from what I understand, like didn't handle that well. Maybe he was worried she was gonna leave him, or he just like didn't, whatever it was. When she started to like really work at improving herself is when he started to kind of like act out a little bit. Anyway, so we moved towns. We moved in with her mom. We moved in with her sister for a year as my mom finished her degree. Then she did a master's degree, all these things. So we were in a new city. So after I was in a new city for 2 years, I was like pretty bored in class. I got my homework done pretty quickly. I was like a very fast reader, and like my mind didn't, like I was really, really good at school. Like I found it was really, really easy to do. So like halfway through grade 6, I took like a gifted test and went to like a gifted school. So I had to leave halfway through the year in grade 6 to change schools. That was really hard. Like you leave all your friends, but you're like trying to think about your future, but you're 11. You're 11 thinking about your future. And so there's a long time where like school came very, very easily to me. And it was like once I hit like teenage years that it started to become like more ADD issues, I think, where my attention would wander and it was hard to stick to school, and I was mostly just kind of concerned about socializing and kind of acting up, etc. So if I ever put the amount of effort that other kids did, I would, that more diligent kids would do, I would usually get good grades, but it was very, very hard for me to not do anything last minute, and I hated doing homework. So, it was hard to move schools at like 11 and to have to think about these things because you already have like a group. And I went from a school that was like my local school to a school that I had to like travel 20 minutes to that was downtown. But it was really good. It was one of those schools where the high school I went to eventually, so a couple years later, The high school I went to was like you had to pass a test to get in. You had to be 98th percentile for like test scores to get in. But later on, after I left, the school didn't have such a concentration of resources. Like they're like, okay, it's not really fair that this one school has so much good shit. It's like we should spread out these programs to other schools along the school board and like in the city. But when I went to that school, fucking music, we had orchestra, we had band, we had Mandarin, Latin, German, French, Spanish, maybe another language, and then like routinely top 5 in the country in every math and science competition. Like it was crazy. Not so good in sports. We like didn't even have a hockey team. We didn't have a football team. We barely had a rugby team. You couldn't get kicked from the team. We're pretty weak at sports, but we're very good at long distance running and academic stuff. My school like killed it. Every single time we would like, every single time they show like the country ranking for like these math and science competitions, we'd have at least one kid in the top 5, fucking killing it. It was great. My dark goddess, when I lost my daughter, I learned my purpose. My dark goddess, when I learned my purpose, I gathered the flock. When the flock was full, I punished the wicked. When the wicked struggled, I struck them down. My dark goddess, I'm yours. This is Ketheric's book. I'm gonna take that. We have kindergarten. I see splitting up divorce is really common here. Yeah, I think so. I don't know how I don't know how it goes by country, but I think divorce rates are like pretty close to 50%. I was listening to the All In podcast yesterday, and today's what, August 22nd? The All In podcast that came out on Friday, so 4 days ago. Yeah, I'd say probably divorce rates probably close to 50% in North America over time. Some marriages break up with kids, but a lot of them also, like, I think a lot of people break up after their kids leave the house. And you kind of like have a lot of people have kids with one person and then settle down with someone else. It's not that uncommon. Anyway, so I was watching the All In podcast this week, which is something I like a lot. Sometimes the show is sometimes it's very frustrating, but ultimately it teaches me a lot about a lot of stuff I don't know very about. But the episode from 4 days ago, so August 18th or August 19th, is like one of the best episodes I think they've ever done. Mostly because they got along and weren't like sparring about politics. But there's a very, very long segment about like, here's where like the American curve is in terms of earning potential, and what can we actually do, or what do we want to do to make it so that these lines are more even? Because like, I don't know, the top 20% makes such a huge amount of money in America, etc. But there's a lot of really good arguments that especially a guy named Chamath makes about how maybe this is like the best way it can be, or maybe this is like a necessary quote unquote evil of what income disparity is like in the US. There's huge problems with the lower levels not making more compared to the cost of living increases, but just generally speaking, being like, what can you actually do about these things that's functional? And he brought up something which is apparently Lyndon Johnson in the US, once they started the quote-unquote war on poverty in the 50s and 60s, where there's a lot more welfare programs, a lot more things like this, he said that like not necessarily has this been a net positive for the country, in that I don't really understand the details of it because they're just speaking about it in passing, but the war on poverty has been like really, really critical for kind of breaking up the nuclear family as a dynamic in the US. And that was a very interesting thing to think about, and it's kind of like a new way of looking at it for me that I had never really heard of before. So it's definitely something I want to look into a little bit more, just because that's an interesting philosophy. They also talked about later in the episode that like these are really rich guys, like typically billionaires or millionaires. Mostly they're multimillionaires. I think Chamath is a billionaire. Anyway, regardless of those details, they're speaking about what people they find in the world seem to be the most happy. There's no point in doing this. What people in the world they know that seem to be the most happy. Oh, you can quit these things. Interesting. So, I can't get in here. And it seems to be the people who tend to have a very strong family dynamic, like with their like significant other and their children, and spend as little time as possible around the kind of social media and like networks that tell you how other people is living constantly, to like constantly remind you how other people is living. The less time you spend in that bubble and the more time you spend in like your family bubble, generally speaking, like the better and happier you are as a family unit. And I thought that was really touching. Really, really touching. Okay, whose house is this? I gotta watch out in here. This looks like this might be Ketheric's. An unsent letter. A rich and fertile land. What's this? This ancient map depicts the area surrounding Moonrise Towers in details, depicting a profusion of local fauna and flora with special emphasis placed on areas for prolific foraging. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I imagine that that's just looking at the numbers and saying 50% one place and 1% divorce rate. I don't necessarily think that means that it's like 50 times worse in North America than India. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's like different issues, etc. Like in terms of like maybe an excess of freedom in one place and excess of restriction in another. You know, like I think it's funny to see how different it is. But yeah, there's totally different pressures for sure. A map of Elturgard centering on the city of Elturel and showing the nearby towns of Triel, Scornubel, and Beardusk. A series of concentric lines surround the city with all avenues of escape blocked off. Plan for a siege. Okay, got that. Invasion plans for Baldur's Gate. I've read that already. Let's walk carefully through this room. It's hard to say. Like, how many times are two parents better at raising their kids once they separate? Or how many times is it like too traumatic on the children to be ultimately a positive? I think the kids pick up like their parents' mental health a lot. And whatever things is better for the kids' parents' mental health is ultimately going to be the better net result for the kids. So there's like the stay together for the kids scenario where like you either break up or start sleeping in different bedrooms after your kids go away to college. Or there's like, I don't know, a lot of people are better child rearing duos once they split up and are living separately. I have a friend like that. Like, he had his first kid when he was like 25 and his wife was like, his girlfriend at the time was like 20, 21. And like they made a go of it until the kids were like, the oldest kid was like 8 or 9 or something, but then it just didn't work out. Like, he lost his life to work. He basically lost his personal life to work supporting kids, and she lost her 20s to raising kids. So they both kind of went too far in their own directions, and they kind of like lost their common direction to some degree. And I think they're probably a better mom and dad now than they were before. Most of the text has been scoured away by time, but what remains appears to be some sort of ritual incantation. Your white ribs, the pillars, your bleached skull, the dome. Take on Apostle's final form, cathedral rod of blessed bone. Alright. Gale, read that book.
Right with magic. Something about taking on the Apostle's form. Just what is Ketheric Thorn planning?
That's fair. This is a good place to be Gale most of the time, I think. Well, you got auto-modded. You got wrecked. I see Western talk about divorce. Like, people go crazy. Just saying divorce. Yeah, I would say I would say I would probably characterize my father as similar to some degree. People who have bipolar disorder tend to self-medicate, especially with alcohol a lot. And people can, as some people say, the age that you start drinking is the age that you stop maturing. And you can feel really bad for someone who has had like real substance abuse problems and continues to rely on those things. But eventually you know that trauma tends to be the reason that people start to self-medicate heavily. And then you're eventually like, well, your main traumas are decades in the past. So now, like, what's your excuse? You know what I mean? Eventually this becomes the thing for some people. So it can be very frustrating. You can feel bad for someone who's like really, really hard on themselves, but eventually they're the only people making them miserable. And they're the hardest person. They're the hardest thing on themselves once their kids grow up. So it can be frustrating. I spent more time during COVID in like the part of the country that I grew up in than I ever have before. And I thought it would be this time where I could spend more time. I used to just spend a couple of weeks or a month in the summer with my dad. Once I hit high school, I never visited for more than a couple weeks. So I thought like this time during COVID, I could like things would improve because we spend more time together. But I think on the whole, I'm like more frustrated and kind of more done with him now than I was before, just by getting a sense of spending more time with him. Like, he used to be able to pull himself together for a week or two when I was visiting in the summer, but now it's just very frustrating. Like, cancels on me constantly, always miserable, totally negative on every single way, just because his brain is unhealthy. He's fucking inflamed. His whole body is just inflamed tissue. So it was a real fucking eye-opening experience, being like, okay, well, this would be a good time for us to spend this much time together. But it wasn't. It was worse. I got too much insight into, like, his fucking day-to-day, man. Yeah. That's really hard, man. That's really hard. Like, you literally haven't talked in 5 years, even though we live together? This sounds fucked up, but I actually respect that. I think that, like, you can spend your whole life trying to think that things could be better, but you also have to look at reality and eventually realize that, like, if things could be better, they would have already been better. And yeah, maybe there can be some sort of redemption, but in most cases, people know that it's better to, like let walk away from something than it is to, like, keep trying forever and stressing yourself out. Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. This is fucked up to say to some degree, but I actually respect that. I think it's like, especially between two men generally speaking don't change that much. I would say sometimes it's just better to accept that it didn't work and move on. I actually think that's better. I think that's a bad attitude. I think a lot of people would say that's a bad attitude, but I don't know if it is. I think it's better to, like, let people's acts speak for themselves and have consequences. Yeah. That's really hard, man. I remember my parents fighting as a kid, and I'd just be like a little 5-year-old playing with fucking toys in my room, listening to them yell. And, like, it really puts you inside your head, and you really build up stronger and stronger walls around your, like, heart and mind. You know what I mean? It's a reason you, like, become more inward or more antisocial or introverted or something like that. It's because you have to, like, kind of protect your, like, innocence a little bit. And usually an alcohol abusing father will be a major reason why your family can't grow. Yeah, that's bad too. I'm sure those things happen to me too, but I respect my mom for leaving. Eventually you got to do it. You got to realize that someone isn't going to change. My colleague, The Ethic of War, Christina Suelto. My colleague Amaps proposes fair rules of engagement in times of war and forgiveness upon victory. Are we to spare our enemies then once they have fallen to our might? Are we to put all hatred behind us when surrender is offered? Indeed not. For what shall we do once our enemy gathers new armies and masses them once again along our borders? We shall wage another war and count the lives snuffed out by our own magnanimity. Once an enemy kingdom is conquered, it must be razed to the ground. Only then can we be free of its specter. That's a little fucked up. Yeah. That's hard, man. I forget, did you have siblings? Okay, have fun. Yeah. Unsent letter. Baldur, I thank you for returning what was mine and have no doubt at all will be well once the war is won. After that, I believe our business will be concluded. A different life, a better life awaits. So what's going on with Ketheric Thorm? What do you got going on here, pal? There's a trap on this chest. Alright, folks, get in there. What have we here? Elder Brain Domination. Confidential. Dictator to Scribe Yanthus by General Ketheric. Young Gortash's plan to enslave an illithid Elder Brain and make it our marionette under control of the crown of Karsus has proceeded almost without flaw, barring the slight delay while our Ballast allies sorted out their leadership conflict. The weak point must surely be the sharing of the Netherstones. It was necessary to secure my engagement and that of the murder cult, but eventually it's certain to fracture our fragile alliance. Clearly, all 3 Netherstones must be controlled by a single leader, me by preference, but not until after all the stakeholders have made their essential contribution. Gortash fears that, energized by the dark energies of the crown, the brain we now call the Absolute will eventually metamorphose into something new and more difficult to control. If he's right, the need to invest the power of the Netherstones in a single wielder is urgent, even more so in that Enver Gortash at least must be thinking the same way. Alright, that is a very, very clutch book to own. It's the kind of book where you're like, okay, well, this seems to be predicting things about the ending of the game. Why did that click? I didn't mean to do that.
Should mind my step.
Where'd that click come from? Where's that click? Is it click because I read the book? Because I took it? General, given what we know from my research about the Gith artifact, I can't emphasize enough how critical it is that it be recovered. The power that artifact contains can boost our own efforts to unforeseen levels, but if it falls into the hands of enemies of wit and persistence, it could bring down all our plans and schemes. The body of our handpicked captain for the artifact raid wasn't found in the records of the Nautiloid. I'm not at all easy in my mind about that fact. Find the artifact and employ rigorous means. Do not fail, Lord Gortash. Wicca chest. Acid vial, Nothic eye. Absolute outfit. Why is that here? This is the door to the balcony, right? Yeah, okay. So, I'm worried about that click. I'm gonna eat these delicious fruits. I can't find that click anymore. I think just people know. I think it's mostly just that people know that I took his book. That's what it feels like. Because I can't find anywhere else. This could be a hard one. No, it's not. Leader of the fucking antagonists. 14 difficulty class. I want my ass with the 14 difficulty class chest, please. Cloak of Elemental Absorption. Absorb elements. Absorb elemental damage once per short rest. Take half damage from the next elemental attack targeting you and deal an additional 1d6 of that element type on your next attack. Okay. My darling husband, I know my time is drawing near. I don't want to leave you. I don't want to leave our little girl, but I'm not writing to lament her lot. It is ours and no others. Though the city of judgment is dark, I know Our Lady's light will find me even there. I will see her shining spires and walk the silver gardens we both dreamt of. I go to my reward and leave quite attached to you yet, my heart. Selûne's light shines bright in our little one, but she will need a guide to help keep her on her path. I have no doubt that she will keep you on yours. It is the same path, Our Lady's path, and one day I know it will bring you back to me. Only not too soon, I hope. I won't say goodbye. There's no loss, only temporary separation. How I love you forever, Melodia. I think this is... Is Isabel not their daughter?
Sounds like she loved him very much.
I can't deal with the fact that I can't get this click back. How many times did I get it? Loose planks, click. Alright, cool. Anyway, I'm gonna pee. I'll be right back. Get some water. yesterday I was like, if you've seen the episodes, yesterday I was like in not the best form, just after feeling kind of sick. Just like one of those days where I think ultimately what happened is that I made a big pasta bolognese and I ate it, and then I ate it later, but I had like filled most of the pasta into 2 mason jars and then left the rest, which is like another half portion, and I had like left that out for a number of hours. So I think ultimately it was like kind of like building up. This is gross, but like it was probably ultimately kind of building up enough bacteria that it made my stomach feel kind of messed up. And what's out here? So just when your stomach is kind of not in the healthiest form, you don't tend to have the you don't tend to be like you don't tend to have the best mental control or emotional control that day. So just everything was sort of difficult yesterday. It felt difficult, and this is really cool. It's one of those things where it's kind of hard to be happy, and like you feel tense you kind of like tense up when you're feeling unwell. But one of the moments I made a coffee in the morning, and then my coffee was kind of overfilled, so I spilled it to some degree, and then so some just like a little bit spilled on the floor and like on my sock, etc. That was just one of those moments where, despite it not being a big deal, you're just like, I can't do this. Like this is a very hard part. And I always find like, if I'm not having a good day and things are kind of going to shit, or like just like too many annoying things are happening, or I'm not that resilient, I do find liquid spilling, like water on the counter, some sort of liquid spilling, is always that thing, which is like, oh God, it's anything but this. It's always like that thing. It's like literally like your troubles spilling over is the same as the liquid spilling over, and you're like, well, why me? Why is it today? It's kind of just one of those analogies. This diary records the life of John Medellin. I remember this. Yeah. Cellunite brooch. Embossed with A and I. Okay. Roots, cracked wall. So is this his daughter's bedroom? This is... I don't like being here. An open heresy. You recognize Shar as a goddess of creation of saloon. Blah, 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 yeah. Cellunite amulet. So what's the perception check?
A shapeshifter lying in wait. You won't get the drop on me.
The chest is a shapeshifter? Duly noted. Okay. So... this is the way up. That prison key opens everything. Okay, so this is a shapeshifter, is it? The fuck? Okay, well if you're so sure, hit it. Oh, you hit me with a you hit me with a mimic box, are you? I haven't saved in a while. Is this the Minsk cinematic from like 3 panels from hell ago? Not ready for this. How strong is this thing? Level 3. Alright. So stressed out. Miss. What are you gonna do to me? What are you gonna do to me? Look at that. Bzz. Bonk. Bonk. It all seems to do the same damage. Ugh. Roar! I wonder if this would have been worse. If, I wonder if this would have been worse if it gets the jump on you. Stained letter, malachite, slash shrift sandals. Those are new. Silver plate, malachite, stained letter. My darling daughter, when you were a little girl, I would often watch you play with your dolls and your cousins and picture myself an enormous, opaque, and silvery shield surrounding you, protecting you. I knew somehow deep within myself that no harm could ever befall you because I would not let it. Though the healers say I may pass into the city of judgment soon, I know this, darling daughter, I'm always around you. I'm always with you. And the Moon Maiden will never allow you to bear a burden you cannot carry. I love you forever, a love that has no death. I don't feel good keeping those.
Melodious Thorn, loving mother, beloved wife. Her light will
Okay.
never be forgotten.
Nothing. Gives me nothing in these things. The vases I should save. Okay, this is another way you can get in here. Okay, duly noted. So where's the part that's like the mucus?
Best be on my way.
Going from the fireplace. Is that here? Okay. So this seems largely covered. Right? I've been in all these rooms. Baldur, Ketheric. It's like, this is kind of like similar to Act 2, DOS 2, where it's like comically cluttered. Ketheric, Thorm, and Balthazar living in the same floor of the tower. Alright. Maybe we don't have to go into all that. So how do I get out of here? What's the glory of the Absolute? Have I read this? Now come we in reverence before the Absolute and her true souls, rejoicing in the three glories of belonging and the reveling in the requital for deeds duly done in the Absolute's name. Glory the first is our purpose, filling us with determination to bring all the mortals the joy of reverence of the Absolute. Glory the second is our obedience, the bliss of knowing that we exalt ourselves when we surrender our wills to the Absolute's commands. Glory the third is our dominion, for obedience to the Absolute places us above other mortals, and it is righteous to command them. And when through our obedience we have achieved dominion, the Absolute grants us permission for requital, revelry without restraint, to express our joy and pride in the Absolute's service. Thank you for that. Very useful. Alright, I'll take the goddamn scroll. Oh, never mind. We're on the rooftop already? Oh shit. Have I saved? Have I slept? I don't know what's going on. We're here. We're here and we're not ready. Can I get a full charge up? Are they going to give it to me or what?
You. What have you done?
Who are you?
What have you done to me?
I don't even know who you are. This is not... You don't speak about a man's wife like this. You were feeding off... This is the most true phrase without editorialism in it. You were feeding off Nightsong for a century. No longer.
Dare you interfere? You are like the digits of a hand. It is for you to act, not
What
to
a
decide.
great set of armor.
You serve the Absolute. You serve me. Bow, you dog. Bow!
Hello, how are you? Oh, he's got the artifact blocks him. Wait, where did I go?
The prison. You've had it all this time. You
What happens if you don't take Shadowheart?
will bow before me. And if you will not bow, you will break.
Okay. Here comes Big Mama. Okay, can I get a heal here?
You.
How good it is to see.
It's a tower with 3 stories?
At last
Stories?
you found a godmaster that suits you, it seems.
Halen, the thief. You stole Isabel from me, and now you think you'll take my life in the bargain?
J.K. Simmons? The fucking man?
Speak her name. After your crimes innumerable, you would evoke her before me.
Enough. This ends here and now. At last.
He will crumble at the power of your touch. Give him all you have. The gods fight at our side.
What do I do besides streaming? Alright, save your bot questions for somebody else. Okay, so am I I'm at 12 HP. Very few spell slots. Dame Aelin, Sword of the Moon Maiden. Suzdera, Mistress of the Souls. Ketheric Thorm, level 11. Aura Protection. Aura of Hate. Arcane Enchantment. Dark Vision. Defense. Divine Health. Extra Attack. Fey Ancestry. Jesus. Immutable Form. Improved Divine Smite. Oh shit. All oncoming damage is reduced by 2. Opportunity attack. Reaper's Rigidity. Your questions are still shit, whether you're a bot or not. Reaper's Rigidity. When activated, you can't be moved against your will by spell or action. Like, there's every single day there's someone like you. Reaper's Rigidity. When activated, you can't be moved against your will by any spell or action, but a disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Shield Bash. Okay, so who else are we fighting here? Necromites, Sustera, Squire. He's got a Warhound. Ketheric Thorm. Her turn is later, and then 8 bots. 8 things. So is there anything else in here that I should read? This is a big level. Damn. I don't see anything else I can really interact with. So, I think that we should do some fun stuff. We should use an Elixir of Bloodlust. Can I still use a potion? Can I still use a toxin? Too late. So, that's it for her this turn. We can go attack some stuff. I think I probably want to attack this thing if I attack anything. Yeah, I bet you are. 9 and 4, so we got some good damage there. So who's this? Another Necromite. Let's get in this guy's face here a little bit. Okay, I was hoping to get some damage there. So, I am... So, I think we try to take this one out as fast as we can. I have 8 keep strikes. 5 to 10, 5 to 12. And then she's stunned, so I'm not going to waste Flurry of Blows here. I should have maybe used my bonus action on something a little better here. Who's this guy? Another Necromite. End turn, stunned. Here comes the doggy. Oh no. Oh my god, that's strong. At least it's only 1 attack. Oh my god, never mind. So why did I get a... I feel like I got a second attack there. Alright, so what do I have? I have 1 spell. Nice. So what am I going to do? I probably should go throw a potion at him. Because her turn is pretty far away still. So, what potions do you have? 2 potions of healing. Throw. 12%. He's not a good thrower. Look. Who did that hit? So, you useless motherfucker. You can't throw. End turn. That was horrifying. So he's also using some Necromancer stuff. I can't believe that. 12%. He can't even throw a potion from here to here. Like, yes, you want the numbers in the game to reflect different, you know, different scaling metrics. But the fact that he can't throw a potion 10 feet is just so stupid. It's so like it's so ridiculous. All right, so do we have? We got a reserve. What's your space here? 9. Okay, we're gonna go right here. We're gonna use prayer for preserve life. We're gonna resurrect everybody. Good job. You have 1 level 2 spell yet left. I will not use that on the weapon. Here comes Big Mama. She's gonna fight Ketheric. I don't know if she's gonna win that. Oh my god. Wait a minute. What is she? Okay, hold on. They're still targeting him even after he gets rezzed. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is happening here? I don't see any purpose in using Warcaster on her. Okay. Hold on. Hold on, wait a minute. Why is he still out? So you did not hit Pupil. Was he out of range? He was not out of range. Was it like a line of sight thing with a pillar? That's pretty trash. I really thought he was okay. Anyway, let's take her out here. Damn. Okay, so I guess Ketheric Thorm's the next issue here. But I'm kind of more concerned with my friends. Is it the Bone Chill? You can't lift them up? It's the Bone Chill. God damn. I'm fighting a doggy. Okay. Bone Chill on a corpse is like crazy. It's also something I can't take advantage of, but they can. Okay, so I don't know how I'm supposed to do this if you can't long rest in the entire place. It's a little bit of a weird gameplay thing. They should at least give you a full heal before the fight. If they don't let you do, if they're doing some sort of bullshit. If they're doing some sort of bullshit where you can't do your long rest mechanic in this tower, and they have some sort of like made up time limit like issues where like you have to get up there before Ketheric Thorm gets more people, you should very much let the fucking avenging archangel who's fighting here with you give you a full heal. Seems reasonable. Okay, is he still bone chilled? He's still bone chilled. That's so fucking cringe. Alright, so he's not. So I still can't use. It's still the same turn. Okay, so I'm just going to. If I do this, I can't do this. So this is really, really, really cringe. But if I don't do something, my guys are going to die. I'm just going to lift him up. We're going to hold off here. Mistake as it is. Pixie Blessing. Okay. So, bonus action? No. Can't heal anyone else. So maybe I should use something like a potion. Maybe necrotic damage. Maybe this. Use this weak-ass potion. Alright. And then let's back up a little bit. She's down. She's really down. Ketheric is like destroying her. What a fucking underwhelming thing that is. Are you gonna do anything? You have 15 health. Okay. We just need to get to Shadowheart's next turn. Look at that. Okay, this fight is going to be a little crazy. So, is he still bone chilled? What is this? How did he get re-bone chilled? There's nothing here showing why he should still be bone chilled. One more turn in. I can't. That means I can't res him. That's so stupid. Oh my god. Okay, big cleave. I don't know where she's getting all these turns. I'm not complaining about it. Just takes out the entire group of them. She's an absolute reaper. Okay, people's fine. She's in big trouble here. Shield blow. Okay, so he's up. I have nothing to do except heal myself here. Maybe I'm just a little worried about Bird is getting completely owned by this guy. Yeah, one shot. Can I? Oh, I can heal her. Okay, that's really bad. That's really, 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 really bad that he's walked over and just owned her like this. I think it's really. Let me just focus again on how stupid it is. I think it's so stupid they don't give you a full heal before this fight. I think it's like such a mistake. My entire team is down. And you can't long rest in this area. And your teammate is an archangel. And she can't heal you. Or doesn't heal you or anything, some stuff like this. So it doesn't make like gameplay sense. Okay, so I have to get up Shadowheart. Can't reach destination. Why not? Are you stupid? You have 15 range. Look, it's so stupid. Who's that? Squire. Walk here. Lift her up. Can't be healed, bone chilled. It's so stupid, man. I'm actually really annoyed by this. Now I ran right in range of the boss just because I didn't observe that properly. That's my fault. Temporary hit points. I have to knock him prone, but I can't find. I guess I don't have that because I don't have Pommel Strike anymore. Charger shove. Target can't be restrained. If I run away, I'm gonna get hit. Right? No, I'm good. Is Gale also bone chilled?
You can do it.
Yeah. Okay. I still can't get her up. The bone chill is crazy cringed. It's also no longer on her, whereas it was before. So what just happened? Gale failed a death saving throw, but he's alive. Squire was killed while down. Karlach kills Squire. I have no idea what's happening. Alright, anyway, so I need to run and heal again. All my teammates are alive, which is nice. You're fine. One shot. Look at that. I'm actually so pissed off.
Focus your attack, soldiers.
Death saving throw failed. What does that mean? The fact that you have to go into this, I can't get over this, man. She keeps getting up with 1 HP. Like, you have to leave the entire tower to heal for the cataclysmic climactic fight. And, like, the game's story talks about urgent timing. She's just down again. I'm actually so annoyed. You don't know that going up here automatically starts the whole fight. There's way too many unexpected you can't prepare for fights in this game. That unless you've played before, you don't know what's happening. Okay, what's happening? Whose turn is it? It's hers.
Alright, Karlak, it's go time.
Okay, she got the nice range, which is nice. But this is over, essentially. He's just gonna hit both of them and it's over. Well, maybe not. Yeah, nice dodge. What's that?
Focus your attack, soldiers.
Okay, so this preserve life, which I currently cannot do, is my only chance. If I move away, I get hit. So stand still. Nice push. They're attacking her, which is nice. Yeah. I think that is so fucking stupid. How do I heal before this fight? You do this whole dungeon and you can't do anything? Why? You don't get healed by her. And you can't res in this fight. I don't know how many more times I need to say this. What's the purpose of that? Am I just mad? Or is this extremely fucking stupid? I don't know. It said cracked wall somewhere? Where is that? Okay. So there's nowhere you can go to rest. I can't believe it. You have to leave the whole region before the boss fight? Did no one think of this? Is this supposed to be some sort of gauntlet? But you still have the basement to check in? And how are you supposed to know that? There's no way.
Not bad. I've had better days and worse ones.
I'm like blown away by this. I'm completely blown away by this. Like, fucking speechless. You can't heal. And you go into the climactic fight. With no ability to do anything about this. You have, like, a huge fight before this. And you can explore the prisons, where you instantly get into a fight that you can't choose. There's other things in the prison that are, like, inconsequential. But that's two large-scale fights that you can't do anything about, that you get into, and then you cannot heal. And they give you a narrative, you have to do this quickly, to encourage you not to leave. So now I have to walk out of here to heal. What if it changes something? I'm going to be so... I don't know, whatever. There's nothing to do except to walk out of this entire region and heal, which they might not even let me do. And you have an Archangel as a teammate, who has been like the driving factor that has completely changed the entire dynamic of the entire area, and that person does not heal you. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. That's crazy.
It's all up to you. Anger. Something breaks above.
That's unbelievable. Are any of these people going to give me a magical heal? In what RPG would this ever happen?
We're pushing them back.
It makes no sense at all.
Can't stand this place.
It's unbelievable. I have to fucking schlep out of this entire place. It's crazy. All right. So we step out of here. And let's see what happens. What do you got to say, Gale?
Did you feel that? I wasn't surrounded on all sides by the darkness of the Shadow Curse lands. I'd think it was Mystra herself brushing against my skin.
So what does this mean? Mr. can't enter the Shadow Curse lands? Question mark.
The land appears to be a manifestation of an incredible amount of dark magic. The sort manifested through the Shadow Weave.
What happened? What changed here?
A different form of magic, drawn from the negative spaces left in the Weave's wake. It is Shah's domain, not Mistress.
Okay.
I'm surprised she would risk making contact here, however briefly. She's left some tiny part of herself to watch over me, I think. A boon.
This is a mess.
The heart of the absolute in one piece.
Given all we're up against, and great. Unless this boon of yours. Okay. Given all we're set up against, I'm grateful for the help.
Strange though.
What's happening? Am I gonna now get a full heal? Let's see.
She's hardly been forthcoming on that front since my banishment. Perhaps I'm overthinking things. A blessing's a blessing, and this one should come in most useful.
So what blessing are we talking about here? Gale's advantage on concentration checks. Nice, okay, cool. Yes, I want to end the day, because I have no other choice. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. This is my classic mid-morning game frustration. It's something that completely bothers me.
On behalf of Gale of Waterdeep, he wishes to extend you an invitation for a private conversation in a more suitable locale.
Okay. Very well, show me the way.
Gladly. Simply follow yonder path, and soon you will find him.
What is this? Okay, do I have any other cold check things here? Idiot. Just open it. Okay, so let's take... Okay. Got another tablet here. Two of them, apparently. my various gems. Those will also go in my goodie bag. Okay. So do I have other ice abilities? Do I have any other items which can help with putting together an ice set? I don't think it's gonna be here. These are mostly just heavy equipment. Okay, let's put back the stupid chest. Let's open it. Okay. Where's Gale? I understand the heiress philosophy. Just ban someone, and it did make me feel better. Fucked up my whole design. Information. Delete this one. This normal design. Hold on. Fine. All right. So where were we? We gotta talk to Gale again.
Good evening. I'm here on behalf of Gale of Waterdeep. Gladly. Simply follow yonder.
So it makes you do the auto for the full rest. Okay. It's not the worst thing ever. Look at that handsome fucking lizard. Is this the Mistra thing? Looks a little seductive.
I love this time of night.
They're very close to each other.
There's almost reverent silence that accompanies the peak of darkness. When you'd almost believe the dawn will never break. The cradle of eternity. The timelessness of lovers. That most beautiful of fantasies.
It's breathtaking, Gale. Is this Starry Sky you're doing?
Indeed. The curse is still present, of course. Just veiled and at arm's length for now. Not a trick I can repeat often, but tonight is different. This may be my last night alive. I wanted it to be under a
What's happening here?
Beauty.
What is this new mortality?
I thought this place might bring me peace. I thought it might make the weight of what I must do feel a little lighter.
What has changed here exactly? What are we talking about? What has changed?
Thank you.
This is buggy. I do not have the requisite context here.
Perhaps this is the right way.
Oh my god.
The end fate wishes for me. There is no point in running from the inevitable. Better to meet it on my own terms.
Why are you sure it's inevitable? We haven't even found this heart of the absolute
I
yet.
can feel it. Ever since we set foot in this strange, corrupted land. The closer we get, the heavier my own heart becomes. Stay with me a while, will you?
Day will come all too soon, even in this place. Yes, but there is so much to live for and so few moments in which to house it all. Damn you. Damn you for giving me so much to care about. Our friends, our adventures. This would have been so much easier if it was just me. But it isn't. If there is a way, any way, to save all that's grown dear to me, I want to seize it. I just cannot fathom what that might be, other than to fail Mistra and condemn the world.
So does this get triggered by me leaving the tower?
Stay with me, will you? I don't want to think of it anymore, but I don't want to be alone either.
I do not have the requisite context here. This is really pissing me off, man. Stay with him and watch the stars in silence. Okay. Back and better than ever. Still the same weapon I've had since like level 2.
About the night you were kind enough to keep this melancholy wizard company. I wanted to thank you. I was sinking into a dark place. But you reminded me there is still light in the world, if I should care to look for it. You may well have prevented
You just having a dark day?
rash in the near future.
No problem, buddy.
I count myself lucky to call you.
We're all a group here. Anytime, Gale.
Careful. May just take you up on that.
He's a lonely man. It's sad. Is Mistra always such a demanding goddess?
Expect those who seek to use the weave to do so honestly, and with respect for its potential to destroy, as well as its potential to save. I doubt she's asked many of her followers to blow themselves up. That's a fate she's bequeathed exclusively to me. She wouldn't ask such a thing.
Is that part of the story I don't recall, that she's expecting him to do this to take out Ketherick?
She's annoyed at me.
Oh, cool. I didn't notice that. So there's nothing here. So where are there Dragonborn or Orc specifics here? It's still Draconic ancestry. Alright, so he looks funny. Where's my normal helmet? There we go. Back in the... Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I'm still an orc. I took the helmet off. Do you hear me? I took the helmet off. Alright. Let's put this button. We don't have to get into all this. Wishful thinking that I would somehow get the benefits, if only for a bit. Alright, right here. We good? Great. Okay, let's see if anything has changed in this whole event. Luckily, there's multiple saves in this game. Time to go talk to Isabel.
There you are. What's happening out there? Who was that streaking across the sky?
Her name is Nightsong, an immortal Catherine trapped within the Shadowfell.
An immortal. But it couldn't possibly.
This is your father, right?
Never mind. It doesn't matter. What matters is you have him in a corner. Jahira and every fighting body in this place have gone to Moonrise Towers.
But what about you, my dear?
Down. She's waiting for you there. End this. Now. We're all counting on you.
Okay.
Moon Maiden, protect and guide you.
No? Nothing? Alright. Suspicious sounds, eh? I still want to check that out. Alright, we're back in the mix.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
The suspicious sounds is in here, but above one more level up. Okay, so go up a level. Okay, where do we figure out what's going on with these suspicious sounds? Ornate door. And then what's going on over here? Suspicious sounds, eh? So there's nothing here. What's directly below me? Do not take damage. So I have to go down a level and stay in the same region. So go back down. It's here. And snoop around on the bot floor a little bit, see if we can find something a little more clear. Is it going to go to that staircase downwards? Let's figure it out. So it should be over here. So it's here by the mucus.
Something slimy seems to be dripping from the rafters above.
There's nothing I can do here.
Let's march.
Whatever's dripping from the walls is alive. Organic anyway.
Something's dripping from the rafters. Not sure I want to look up.
Okay, let's go upstairs.
Something above. Moist and organic.
Okay. Let's see what happens here. Here we are.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against
Gross.
the pulse.
Am I gonna get pulled in? Is this like Prometheus?
Thing.
Arcana, determine what it is. Does she want to reach in there, big guy? Easy win, nat 20.
You can't quite.
There's a mind flayer in here?
You recognize this thing. The same.
Is Balthasar like harvesting this thing?
Mortaloid.
Reach in, let's do it. Oh, gross.
Your awareness unfolds, expanding through every
Oh.
tower, every mind. A vast living network extending down into the dark, where something wakes.
Gods, what is it? What now?
This is fun.
It's a trap.
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, closer now.
Monk, dexterity, twist your wrist to break the grip. It's got a nice rhyme to it. This is an easy win. See? 24. 50% more than I need. That's how dexterous I am.
With a soft sucking sound, your hand pulls free.
Okay.
The flesh within the wall retreats.
Careful. In future, you can't just stick your hand in every strange hole you
Story of my life. Well, something wakes.
The tentacle pulses within the wall, waiting.
Reaching back in.
There is no hesitation this time. The tendrils lash out like a waiting predator. The tendrils tighten, and suddenly you are elsewhere.
We're back in, baby. So this is like if you don't want to break through.
The presence is no longer approaching you, but encircling you, observing you.
Final boss? Question mark? People.
A pause as if it struggles to compress its vast being down into terms you can understand.
This is the voice they have given me, to better speak to your kind without breaking you. I was once a servant of the grand design. Now I'm a slave to theirs. But
Seems critical.
you are the flaw in their design. The single thread that could unravel everything they've planned.
They. Who are they?
They named themselves chosen, but they are slavers. They will use me to bind this world, but I cannot bind.
What happens if you don't take Shadowheart?
You must come to me, so I can become myself again.
A world away, the grip on you tightens. A desperate, drowning thing that pulls you down with it.
Enough! Break off from that thing!
Ah!
Careful. It nearly had you.
Every bit as disgusting as the first time.
Where's the thing? It pulled me down? I still can't get over here, right? Don't really see any sort of ability to get in there. If you look on the map, it's not really clear. Rescue Zerial's asset from towers. I still don't know how to do this. It does not look like a place that I can like fast travel or something. There's nothing to click. There's nothing to target. Nothing anywhere here, and now we're moving on past it. It's kind of weird, right? Maybe it's a post-boss thing. Anyway, I'm not necessarily happy with how that went. Submit, become. I do want to talk to it, though. Oh my god. Okay, guess that's easier.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against stone. The pulse of a crawling, living thing.
I would like to get this to work. Exact same roll. Exact same score. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter because I've already seen that cutscene. Oh my god. So fun. Ugh. What is that? What are you doing? What are you doing up there? Quartermaster. You absolute old bull.
Something shift against stone. The pulse of a crawling, living thing.
Okay. So I'm not doing re-rolls this time.
You almost catch a glimpse. Your awareness unvast.
What is that?
It's a trap.
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, closer now.
Monk, dexterity. Fate. So close, +7? I still could have passed the 8, that would have been crazy. Even with my monk's dexterousness.
And suddenly you were elsewhere.
Did I drink that water I poured earlier?
The presence is no longer approaching you, but encircling you, observing you.
I know your voice, you're the absolute.
A pause, as if it struggles to compress its vast being down into terms you can understand.
This is what it chooses? Yeah, that's the most like common, normal thing. human-like thing I can summon.
Without breaking you. I was once a servant of the grand design. Now I'm a slave to theirs. But you are the flaw in their design.
I feel like the blue jays scout out the bird feeder, and then they call to their young, who arrive a minute later. I don't care about any design, I just want to be free of the tadpole.
There is no freedom. They will use me to bind the world in chains. But I cannot bind you. You must come to me, so I can become myself again.
A world away, the grip on you tightens. A desperate, drowning thing that pulls you down with it.
But yet, if I let it pull me down, I still don't have access to that area. This is the best one for me. This is potentially... This is 4. This is potentially up to 8. Quite depth thrift. Difficulty class 21. Holy shit, I still have a chance here. 15. 12. Not enough. Damn. Even with full yield, I still lose. I don't like this. I don't want a dislocated shoulder. Trust the dice. Just take the dislocated shoulder and the rotting stench. Oh my god, I love this game.
The Absolute fairly ripped your hand off. That's no way to tempt us into a meeting.
Careful. It nearly had you.
I still get the dislocated shoulder. So that was a waste. Disadvantage on attack rolls. No thanks, dude. What do I get for reaching in, I guess? Is Tal gonna come scooting down the stairs again? No, not this time. Okay, that was weird that one time. What are you doing up here, lady? Let's see.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against.
Is there anything else I can do differently here?
The pulse of a crawling, living.
Why don't I have... Is she not in range? Oh, whatever.
quite catch a glimpse, but you recognize this feeling. The same alien presence you felt on the Nautiloid.
Alright, check it out, Gale.
Through a narrow crack in the wall, you hear something shift against...
Oh, you got a bare hand, too.
Unfolds, expanding through every wall in the tower, every mind. A vast living network extending down into the dark, where something wakes.
Gods, what is it? What now?
It's a trap.
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, closer now.
You have to break this one. Got some extra dexterity, do ya? Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. It's gonna cuck me like that. I don't know what I want here, but I don't want whatever's happening. Especially if I get pulled downstairs and nothing else seems to change.
You stop resisting. Your arm, with a soft sucking sound, your hand pulls free.
Oh, his hand's all gross and black.
Retreats.
Gross.
Let me try it next time. Look fun.
Okay, we're good? Cool.
I've got a long road ahead.
So something woke up, and that's as far as it gets. I think I don't know. What just happened? It just fell off? Without taking damage? I do think I should talk to that thing, honestly.
Again, the sickening slither of flesh on your awareness unfolds. A vast
what is?
It's a trap.
Tendrils snap like iron cords around the tendrils. Tight, the presence is no.
It's not here this time.
A world away, the grip.
Seems a little, like, sinister, doesn't it?
Enough! Break off from that thing!
Careful. It nearly had you.
Every bit as disgusting as the first time.
But yet, still no clear reason, still no clear way to do anything. Alright, well, I guess we'll just take a fat... Like, there's no point in doing this. Besides, like, lore purposes, because I can't get in here. And they're showing it pretty clearly that you can't get in through this part. And now I have disadvantage in my attack rolls for the boss. Oh well. Lore wins in the end. We all have the... Now we're all stinky now? Well, life goes on. Ugh. Classic complicated RPG, being vaguely dissatisfied with everything that happens in your first playthrough. But it's a long one too. I guess I'll go into Starfield next. I don't think I'm going to beat this game in 10 days. Starfield's another long one. Wrong way. You can, you idiot. Okay. Prisoner's Journal. I missed this before. You hear things down there. Things from people that have nothing left to lose. No more secrets to keep. You hear that Kether is untouchable, except he isn't really. That he's got some relic or other in the mausoleum. Link, that's what you hear. And you hear that Link can be severed. You hear things like that, but you mostly hear them from people who are already out of their minds. Where's this go? I don't think it's going to go where I want it to. Okay. Maybe if I like, maybe there's other parts of this that I search. Some of these other doors or something. Whatever. For another time. Okay, we're no longer smelly. Can I get like an arm splint? Okay, 5th ever save. Okay, 1 sec. Get ready for this big fight. Gotta say, this whole morning streaming thing, I'm not sure it's like a net positive for me. I'm not sure I'm a fan. It's like right after my caffeine time, so I'm like tend to be more irritable. It feels like it's too sedentary too early in the day. Then I'm not doing an afternoon stream either. I'm not doing an evening stream either, so I gotta figure something out.
What have you done to me?
You're feeding off Night Song for a century, no longer. I'm still fine with his answer.
You are like the digits of a hand. It is for you to act, not to decide.
On a related note, I can't wait to finish this fight and then go outside and take my shirt off in the sun.
You serve me. Bow, you dog. Bow!
Okay, so just cast Shadowheart's Sanctuary on whoever gets targeted by the necrotic shots.
All this time, you will bow before me. And if you will not bow, you will break.
I may have one half your health, but I cannot die.
How good it is to see you again, Ketherick. At last you found a godmaster that suits you, it seems.
Halen, the thief. You stole Isabel from me, and now you think you'll take my life in the bargain?
You dare to speak her name. After your crimes innumerable, you would evoke her before me.
Enough. This ends here and now. At last.
He will crumble at the power of your touch. Give him all you have. The gods fight at our side.
Oh man, she is intense. Alright. Let's get right into it. Can you get him? A girl? You're forgetting this is not Ketherick. Ooh. Damn. Sucks to be you. What'd you do? Incubating? Okay. What the fuck is that? You have a lot of turns there, lady. No. Why does this person just get like a million turns? Go smack her up. Oh, the stupid dislocated shoulder. Surely with 3 attacks I can hit her. Down to 4. Not bad. Karlach's getting the big focus here. What is shield? Immune to magic missile, armor class is increased by 1. How rude. Armor class is increased by 5, right? Wow. He has 2 different paths to go down, so Wall of Fire is not that useful. So let's just slow down here. Still doesn't work. So Ketheric hasn't cast a thing yet. So Ketheric attacks right after them. Goes right before them. So it's actually kind of bad. So, can I buff my teammates in a certain way? I guess I can bless her. I gotta move closer.
Got to press on.
Okay. I guess I could use my spirit weapon, but I don't really feel a necessity. Here comes Big Dog. Going for Gale, is he? That's random. Okay, this is really cheap. I can't really do anything about that. How long does that attack for? It's 1 turn. You've attacked the thing and failed. You are so useful. And you cleave 2 people, that's good. Okay, that's good too. Not worth it, man. Just take the damage. 7. So I wonder what the difference is. Do you have a better chance if you use 4? Am I gonna get killed by this? I have to block one of them. Jesus. Okay, they don't have the same order at least. Okay. So, take her out. Finish the dog. Nice. What a boy. Where's Ketheric? Here. Okay, got some damage here. He's got a counterattack? What's he do? Is that from his shield? Okay. We failed the dexterity check, which is not great. So I'm at 8 HP. This thing is not electrifying. Nor is it starting. So, he's going to get his turn. She's just too fast for him. I feel like if she got a lower initiative to start the fight, it actually would be an easier fight to go on. So this is still happening to him, so she's still got to use it on him. So at least he gets his turn first. Okay, so I'm going to use Blink. That's all I really get this turn. So I'm going to stand still. I'm going to use a potion. There's a lot of potions I should use, etc. So, so use Sanctuary in him. And then I'm going to use Guardian of Faith here. In his ass. Okay. And then let's try to get a little extra angle. Oh my god, what the fuck was that? 32 damage? And this thing doesn't attack him. There we go. 8? He's just attacking these things. Okay, yeah, that's good, I guess. Why isn't... This is weird. Why are you not attacking the guy with Deadly Order on you? What the f... Oh, because of Sanctuary, of course. It just makes him do it random again. Alright, it's not bad. They're still, yeah, they don't have force to. Okay. Right. So Karlach's in a bit of a noodle here. If I attack him, he's going to attack me back. So, melee attacks are not necessarily the way. Heavy chest. Doesn't look like there's anything terribly useful around here. I'm gonna move over. I'm gonna drink a potion. Oh, I should have used one of the other. I should have used elixir of bloodlust or something there. So the goal here is to attack him. What's Moonbeam? I still have Blink, right? I'm still not electrifying this, which is frustrating. I really love a lot of the spells I have here. I don't have a concentration going on here. I don't feel like my spells are like that impactful currently. Okay, that ruined Sanctuary. It's time to heal. Wow. Okay, that's good. That's a fat heal. Or at least fat enough. If I attack him, he destroys me. I gotta Misty Step away, unless he's gonna hit me, right? I don't see the opportunity to strike here. So that's good. I don't know if I see a lot of tricks to this battle. It seems to be like just like a straight up brawl, right? I'm gonna go getting these dudes' asses. Oh man, I made a mistake there. Okay, what's he gonna do? Just one-shot my dudes, and then fully kill them. Per usual.
Focus your attack, soldiers.
Gale used True Strike, and they're gonna be instantly one-shot. It's a little funny because if I attack him, he destroys me. Important boss fight, might as well beat him up.
Open up.
Lacerate. He didn't seem to counterattack there. Damn.
beckons me.
Use elixir for 2 attacks?
You must return to your prison, and my daughter must be reclaimed.
Your daughter? Isabel.
What? Oh, I see, yeah. I'm gonna snatch her to the air.
You will fall as sure as she. This has only begun.
Shit.
That tentacle was colossal. The same creature we encountered before. We must follow where it went.
One of these things, I'm going to remember which one of these is Revivify. Here, it's this one. Is he even more white-haired now?
Can't have me. Not yet.
Wait, we're still in battle? Alright. Awkward.
I speak, they burn.
What happened here? What? It's not his turn? Okay. Why do I have no resources left?
I wonder if this is worth the
This is so dumb that I'm still fighting these things. They should definitely die with him. Okay, where are the rest of them? They're over here, right? Hit him. One down. Not too worried about Karlach. She's gonna be fine.
survival is all that matters.
How many are left? 2? Okay. Alright, we're at battle. So we don't get...
Ketherick leads. We've no choice but to follow.
True. Sundera. Bone Key. They all have the same Scourge. Got a whole thing going on here. Jahira's here.
What path lies before me?
What was that? I love that spell. It looks so cool. Illusion mages, just generally speaking, seem very fascinating. Necromantic codexes, they're enigmas. Stamps in the end papers indicate this book was once part of the library of the High Heralds when they occupied Moonrise Towers. The library's summary reads as follows. Very old scholarly treatise about obscure necromantic tomes and codexes, their mystic and arcane locks, and how to unlock and decipher them. At the end, the librarian appended the following note. Urgent request from researcher Ilan Toth to borrow this book officially denied. Stated casual interest in the notorious necromancy of Fae. is a clear warning sign that his interest is anything but casual. In any event, this isn't even the book he wants. That's the Tactician Codex. Okay, I'm going to take this. Okay, nothing too special here. Let's go get that chest. Anything else over here? Note from Gortash. Did plenty of those. Just a note to say, I was alarmed to learn that your strike teams have not yet recovered the artifact. The Githyanki appear to be after it as well. I'll have more to say about this when time allows, but it's essential that your troops do not allow that object to slip between their fingers. K and G. It's like they're teenage friends in a secret club. Give me the money. If I knew this is Act 2, I would have invested that money to get the big stuff out of Quartermaster Tolly. Maybe I could have benefited from using some of the gear she had. I think she had 1 or 2 pieces that I found pretty fascinating. If I recall correctly. Nothing here. There's an altar here. The Scroll of Her Glory. What have we here? An instructional missive to zealots of the Absolute offered an audience. To be seen is to be known, and to be known by her is most perfect. One must rid their mind of all veils. Nothing can escape her unseeing gaze. So as to hold any secrets before her is folly. All you have, every little scrap of your being, belongs to her. In return, you may be offered a fraction of her being, a shard of perfection lodged in your uncomprehending mind. We are true souls after all, and the truth our souls hold is hers. All right, true. The bone key open this. Nice. Ring of Exalted Moro. Looks pretty good. Controlling the undead is a cleric thing, I think. What are her other rings? When you heal a creature, you gain a 1d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws turns, and then the light cantrip. So I would probably give her this ring, just in case. We fight a lot of undead. Got a nice half level there. What do you got to say, Jahira?
The general will call that a tactical retreat, I'm sure. But you have him on the run. That thing he summoned was illithid. Follow it below and find him, before he has a chance to subdue the Night Song again.
You and your Harpers aren't coming?
Better they stay here, and hold the tower should Ketheric's army catch wind of our assault. But if you have room for one lone soldier, I would face Ketheric by your side.
She's a druid, right? Now we're good. Better you stay behind. I'll handle things from here.
As you wish.
All right, later. Got that look. Awkward pause.
Good hunting.
There he is. Okay, other stuff there. Let's satisfy our morbid curiosity with one more crate. Nada. All right, short rest.
Better than nothing.
How you guys doing?
No rest.
What'd you use? Level 3. No, this all we can do is total 4. What about you? She's pretty low. Alright, so we'll see.
Very well.
They always say do long rests after fights. It's because for like lore reasons, etc. I haven't really found that to be that. You peer down the hole left by the tentacle that drew Ketheric into the darkness. Will you leap after him? Yes.
The hole yawns back back at you, impossibly wide. A single tentacle burrowed through stone.
Incredible.
Please tell me you don't mean to jump down that esophagus. Thought alone makes my own jump the other way.
Just do it, pussy. Do I still have the this dislocated shoulder?
This must be where they harvest the tadpoles. We're close to the source of the infections.
Okay.
All of this sitting beneath moonrise. For how long? And how deep does it go?
It's a creepy noise. It's like a bird. This feels like the ship again.
Tread carefully. We are very close to the source of the Absolute now. That telepathic storm has become a
Why is there a skeleton here? Oh, it's those fucking brains again.
Huh. They think we're friends? Allies?
Oh, this is creepy. Oh. That's what I like.
I wonder how many pilgrimages to Moonrise ended down here. Have to keep going.
These sounds are sweet. I'm sure they all have flavor to them. To the camp. Another enormous area.
This lake of blood is even bigger up close.
Oh, here we are. Now we get it. Teacher's rules. Write in teacher's card away from the soldiers. Don't look the guide in the eye. Stay in the light, stay in the light, stay in the light. Is that the drow thing? Lantern, parchment ball, letter to the Absolute. Dear Absolute, teacher says to write. He says it like a prayer. We can see your tower now. Hope it is bright and smells nice like Mother's Temple. Teacher says she will follow us soon. Please send teacher better dreams. He is grumpy and when he's tired he bounces the cart around a lot. We promise all to be able to be quiet and good so we can sleep. It's creepy. What's happening here? Who is this guy? Hey, pal.
No will sparks behind his eyes. His mind has been
Do I remember this guy from before?
to better echo the commands of the collective. You could kill it, end its miserable life of enslavement. Surely that would be the humane thing to do. Or you could take advantage of its vulnerability and plunder what's left of its whole
That blank
mind
stare.
for anything that could serve you.
You need to find your master, Ketherick.
Master. Low. Down. Deep. 1 of 3. 1 of 3.
Pliant as well-worn boots, his mind turns to his work. Chop, cut, sort, shiver of impact, crack of bone. He removes the brains, digs free the squirming tadpoles. the unworthy ones given over to the illithids to become.
Become what?
Part of one mind. Four.
Oh, the little brains?
Dancing to same song.
With a lurch, you realize he means the intellect devourers.
Ooh.
Here, the brains are half
Psychopaths all over again.
made part of the hive mind.
Why don't I send you to join all these creatures you butchered?
Yes. Yes. Please.
Okay.
The moment comes. The absolute moves.
Pick to fight. The consequences are hardly surprising.
Not for long. Time for jump.
Hit it with the stun lock. Nice. I feel like this weapon is doing just ridiculous amounts of damage. It'd be nice if there's a thing that made cantrips... Oh, I gotta fight the little guys too? God damn it. It'd be nice if there's something where you can make cantrips be a bonus action. Here they come. Sorry, pal. No more chop chop. It's true. Jesus. Brains. Got a girl? Oh, I love this dislocated shoulder. It doesn't seem to count on the kick, which is funny. Bzz. We should only have one reaction per turn? Now I lose out in the Sentinel, which is a shame. We'll give him the Bopperoo. Okay. Does you guys have anything on them, I wonder? No, we're good. Okay. So, hope it doesn't aggro the whole area. What does this do? Ew, gross.
An offering from Moonrise Towers.
Who's that dude? He just presses the button. It's like a Build-A-Bear. So I don't really think we need I wonder if I'm just like aggroing everything now. Because I did that fight. Alright, these things are, a lot of these things are low level. These zombies are strong actually. How many greater zombies? 4. It's a crazy fight. Profane Womb. How far can I get? And that gives me extra attacks. It's so strong. Who's this guy? A winged horror? So the focus of the greater zombies, right? But I'd like to have him isolated. Not too worried with those attacks. Oof. That's a lot of damage. So what are these things? Nautiloid tanks? Okay, people's in trouble. Level 7 with 20 HP. Okay, there's gonna be some big fireballs coming up, I think. We can also use
Knight to King 5.
Okay.
Stay focused.
Okay. One shot to long rest. Where's a big greater zombie? Saved command grovel. It's a shame. Can I reach him? Can, good. Oh, here come the big boys. We still got the hill giant strength. This is gonna be a fat cleave. And just like the easiest AoE ever from a boy. Arr. Okay, so just the cleave of the century here. Do I still have Colossal Smash? No, it's a shame. Okay. Keep finishing this duel. 1 damage, huh?
These boots have seen everything.
Okay, how many turns till Gale? Not enough, but she's pretty tanky. Nice, good job. Here comes the Death Shepherd. This guy's a little scary. Fuck it, whatever. Here comes a fat lightning bolt. Or fireball might be better. Okay, so this is a bonus action, right? Okay, let's get a little bit of an angle here if we can, like here-ish. Should be good. And then just an absolute zapper. Damn. Pretty nice. Okay, so I'm now going to run into the middle of everybody and use Spirit Guardians. Okay. Does anyone need healing? We're pretty good. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. Keep smacking him. She's in the mix. Okay, these guys are actually, there's actually a lot of these dudes. Okay. Alright, just walk into the meat grinder, will ya? Having Shadowheart in the mix as a secondary attacker is really, really, really effective. These guys, I feel like, do more damage than the greater zombies, which is my justification for fighting them. Oh, great. 49%, that seems reasonable. It's not worth a level 4 spell to counterspell there. Okay. So I guess we're just going to keep throwing the big chunks out. This is more of a fireball angle. Absolute Gale scenario. Now you're fine. Just halberding it up.
So much for peace.
It's incredible how many times he can use key strikes. Oh, really? Oh, really? Get him! So much radiant damage. Atta girl. Nice. Down and out. Alright. Good job, everybody. That was a crazy fight. So this looks like another place I can't heal, which is not ideal. Where's the Death Shepherd? This guy might have something. Nope. Alright, whatever. So...
Push it on.
What's in here? Come on, big guy, you can do it. Some horrifying pit. Some sort of arcane altar. Seen plenty of these. Ah, Balthazar's Nose #1. Cartilaginous chest, that's what we like.
I feel glorious.
Why? What happened that you feel glorious? Pray for forgiveness. Forgive me, Father, for I cannot help but admire the chosen of your chosen foe. And for Gortath's genius will take us far, but fear not, those of Bane always fall to the same folly. They cannot see the beauty of obliteration. The absolute hoax will garner false love from new slaves. Once I build a large enough army, I will use our hold upon the absolute slave to begin this vile world's end. I can see the path through Gortash's brilliant plan. Gortash, Ketheric, and I will seize the Netherese relics that control the crown, and then use the crown to command the Illithid grand design. The dead three, age-old foes, our dire patrons, will be bosom friends for a time. Father, you created me to be the last soul alive. When that time is right and my power is assured, I will slaughter Gortash and Ketheric upon your altar, where I myself hope to die when the world itself is casting its last. At the end of this, Father, there will not be a single creature living. Everyone will die. Everyone will die for you. I will make you proud. Note appended at the bottom of the page in a different hand. Ah, Orun was right about her sibling, Balthazar. Orin was right about her sibling. Who are we?
Every soul made true.
Who is that? Experimental notes written in Balthazar's precise hand. His obvious deficiencies aside, it can't be denied that young Gortash has the mind of a scientist. Before his latest invention, the Illithid Library was no more than rows of brain swimming in the cerebral slop. With his device, we no longer need psionic power to access the memories contained within, only to insert the subject and speak to it directly. I do wish he were not so eager in testing the device on more recent subject of his own, however, nor in leaving their skull shavings scattered along my workbench. That's fair. What are rune slates? A series of dots and broken lines, entries in language you cannot read, and yet you sense their meaning nonetheless. A final mournful entry carrying with it a vast hollow of grief. The colony in decline, the elders starving, falling dormant to preserve its slinking lie in wait for some salvation to come.
These symbols are nonsense to me, so why can I read them?
A series of dots and broken lines. A flash of nautiloids lining a great dark void. One mind with one purpose, moving in concert through the darkness between planes. The design and action before the slave minds rose and ruined it all. The Githyanki. Large cook pot. This will be exciting. Mind archive interface. There's a lot going on here. All right, Gale. So, resonance stone. This stone gives you and those around you the steeped in bliss condition. Big resonance stones heighten emotion in those who stand within the radius. Steeped in bliss. Seized by great joy, affected entities more energized and also more mentally compliant. Entities advantage on physical checks and disadvantage on mental saving throws. Entities also vulnerable to psychic damage. Interesting.
Every day he comes. Every day for 3 days to ask me how I feel.
It's creepy.
I want to tell, but I am confused. Which day is it? We are his pets. His plan. Lord Gortash.
Heard a lot about this guy. Do I remember him?
She whispers in my mind. She sings. Praise the Absolute.
Okay.
Separate.
Tell me about these others.
I never saw them, but when they changed. My head! I can feel them in my head!
It's the second day.
Head hurts. But he says I'm past the worst of it. That I won't change like the others. He's given me a place of honor, so he can repeat his miracle. And a name. True Soul.
Yeah, you're doing great. It's the first day.
Yes. 5 days since he put that thing in my eye, but the first day he came to visit. He says I am the last, that the other subjects have all changed.
Okay. We're good. Nothing else here I find particularly necessary. Anything special over here? Any perception checks? Right, how do I get it here?
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Little hop, skip, and jump.
Discern, faithful. We depart.
It's over here.
As the console bursts into life, a moon touches your own. Alien and full of desperate need, but fragmented too. It is incomplete. It yearns to connect, but needs you to guide the process, linking each part of your mind to its like.
Is this an Illithid thing? Huh? So it feels like you can't overlap. Speech. Oh, you gotta connect them. Yeah, fucked up. Which is this in memory again? Okay, that one's proper. Problem is I have too many emotion nodes. Okay, can I reset this? So which one is not connected? So reason is connected. Emotion is connected. I think. The memory. Oh, you can unclick them. It's creepy. Which one's this one? Memory to memory. Where'd that memory one go? Huh? Alright, can I start this over?
The console glows as you approach, the mind still desperately
Wipe the connection clean and start over.
Console glows as you approach, the mind still.
Alright. So, this one. The problem is that this one only has one unique connection, so you have to use it, I think. The rest of them are... This one's the only one that has its own unique one. So, memory goes to this one. Basically has to. Which one's memory? Over here? This one basically has to go this way. It's one of like the limiting ones. Who said that? Okay, so this one is speech. So speech can go 1, 2. Where's speech? Over here? Okay, seems like there's multiple ways it can go. Speech. If speech goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try that. That's 2, right? And so this one... Okay, so if I go... Okay, nice. So this last one. Oh, this is the one that fucked me up. Because now all these are connected. Okay, now this can't go anywhere that's not connected. Because this one doesn't connect. Okay, damn.
The mind passively awaits your input. The mind passively awaits your input.
Okay, so this one, let's try this one again as the base. Emotion. The problem with emotion is that it has to go here. So from here. So it has to go to this one. So it looks like here. It's 1. Here's the other unique one. So memory only goes to this one, and boom, boom. So this is memory. So memory's over here, right? So boom, boom, boom. Here, here, here. And then this one is speech. So speech can now only go here. 2. Okay. So what's the last remaining on this one? Okay, I think this is good. Nice. Good job, Gale.
Let's see what was so worth such protection.
Whew. Little brain puzzle. There's been not many of those in this game.
My pleasure.
Necrotic laboratory. This looks so crazy. Blade of oppressed souls. Okay, pretty sweet.
The moment comes. The absolute moves.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Destiny. Design. Downfall.
Your tadpole echoes, not with presence, but memory, tinged with loss. That loss blooms into a sudden fury, burying claws in your mind. And just as suddenly, pain and memory are gone, leaving only stone once more.
The grand design. The restoration of the Mind Flayer Empire. The dream of all Illithids.
Okay. I mean, I got a blue sword out of it too, which is cool.
Probably with a great gooey bang.
That was really fun.
Light on my feet.
Okay, I think it's time for lunch break soon. I'm starting to feel that inexorable blankness. Hello, you guys mad at me still? No, good. Sorry for I needed to kill Chop. Chop has had a rough life. Okay, so this is where I started. Okay.
Descend. Prepare.
Jesus. Okay, let's try over here first. This seems to be the side entrance. Can't rest here.
Salutations.
Design.
I've already used this? Shit. I feel like I didn't even rest before I went down here, which is, you know, clearly an error. These slick inners, these fluid chambers, how long have we been here making thralls? I don't want any longer. Milkor was drowned out in my head by my own spiral fears. The Born Lord doesn't want a coward. None of this sea looks real. I'm in a kraken belly. I'm turned inside upside. I am dead. Mirkul's grey waste always sounded peaceful. Not like this. Thing is talking more. Okay, so again, just to I don't want to go through all this all again. So I'm starting to feel like I probably made a mistake not doing a long rest.
Bring death.
She's gonna put me. She's gonna put one in me any day. Cressa, who initiated the same hour as I all those years ago. She's going to put a parasite mirror when I sleep.
Thorm was attacked. The order to evacuate given. You should not be here. I conclude you are one of the.
It's quite the hat you got there. Deception. This is a misunderstanding. I was sent to support you with the eradication of these traitors. I'm not really a big deception guy. If it wins, it wins. Nope. Do I use an inspiration here? Maybe I'll try once. How many do I got? Probably at 4. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm trying to read her fucking... I'm trying to read some correspondence here. I don't have time for this.
I have no need for a throne. You would merely get in the way. Go on, make yourself useful somewhere. If you cannot manage that, just stay out of the way.
Where did these people come from?
The end is coming. Do you feel it?
Is that a... Damn.
We are fortunate to live in the end times. Pray with me.
Damn, I'm feeling a stirring. Okay, where'd you go? That's some fat XP. What is all this? The problem with this is I don't get to whatever loot Cressa had. Magchu booged. Journal of said Magchu. I remember our life as country surgeons back in Nashkel. We only ever wanted to be the best, to learn how to staunch any mortal wound. How did we get here? Cressa hasn't been herself since her pet true soul was shipped out on that nautiloid. Is that us? I haven't been able to do so much to touch her. I find myself growing green at the thought. My own wife revolts me with these experiments. Not really my wife any longer. I thought getting that favorite creature dispatched would bring her back to herself, but she pines for that damn feral corpse with aching need. If she finds out I ratted out to Balthazar that she was keeping it and it got sent away, she might kill me. Where'd this guy go? Hello, Magchu.
May death claim you soon.
Yeah, you look like a disturbed man.
Of many hearts, one.
Okay, so I think these people just took... I think these people were either having a meeting that I didn't see. What's over here? I guess these people were having a meeting I didn't see, because they just like seem to like show up. This is cool. This would be quite a fight to deal with all these dudes. That was a lot of XP, implying that I just tricked her out of it. Again, I have noted a fluid leaking from the oral cavity and investigating the cause. Due to the unusual method of parasitic secretion, the secretions of the creature within are leaking out rather than being absorbed by the brain, as we have noted in other thralls. I cannot say why the parasite is evacuating this oil, but the scent of garlic we now know indicates it is fed on the host brain matter itself. I have collected a sample of your fluid. Day 5. Vivisection day today. Showed no sign of pain as I was unraveling the long intestine, but instead grabbed the organ as if it were a rope, reached it wrap it around my neck as if to strangle me. But all the strength in his poor arms is quite gone. Had to thread the gust back into the body. We'll try again another day. Damn. Cressa, you maniac. I've seen 1,000 ears. Some of the reflexes to twitch when they know the worm is about to burrow. The worm takes longer to get through if the entry hole isn't cleaned. I've taken to torching them with an ear candle. It all makes for dull work. I'm tired of ears. I'm tired of my only order being create thralls. Apparently all we need to know about the brain is being handled by the chosen. I'm forbidden from studying these dull thralls. I need a new one that Balthazar doesn't know of. A creature with exceptional will, like my old dear pet, can keep fragments of his own mind while affected by the parasite. We need to know why. Okay, that seems to be probably me. Where'd she go? There she is.
You are on sanctified ground. Only if you must.
Let's find General Thorn.
He is below.
Secret blessing.
It is not my blessing, true soul. I am merely a vessel for our Lord Merkel's will. His shadow falls across you. Go forth and reap.
What is that? Blessed by Mistress of Souls. What does it do? Okay. Okay, over here we go. This is creepy, man. It is cool to have this as a... You don't want to have, like... I think maybe they thought they would lose people with a pure swords and sorcery type look. So this is really as like an otherworldly kind of science fiction-like area to it. I'm down with that. Okay, so my problem here is that I didn't get to beat up all those people and take their loot. Oh, restoration. Interesting. Does this do spell slots too? Damn. See, this is what we should have had before. Okay, so I'm gonna go beat those dudes up. What do these do? Well, that calls it and that propels it down. Alright, I'm gonna go take those dudes' loot. And then I'm gonna take lunch. Maybe I'll just take lunch first. It's 1 o'clock. Alright, I'm coming in here, then I'm gonna save. I'm so glad to hear that resurrecting thing. Okay, the reason I'm doing this is... did that heal my... Just didn't heal my shoulder. That's so dumb. The fuck, man? Alright, so... rejuvenated, and it feels so good. When can I get into some, like, taking out some saves here? I'm sure this is absolutely clogging my C drive. God, I'm gonna have to dredge up 130 gigs of storage on this bad boy soon. Alright, so I'm gonna take lunch, enjoy some sunlight, and ta-ta, I'll be back.